This week on Archery 101, I'm going to share with you some things I learned while shooting in the indoor league that might help you get better. Hey everybody, welcome to Archery 101. Greg here. Alright, just finished the indoor league. Everybody left, I'm filming. I've shot really well, made some fantastic progress, but more importantly, I learned a lot about me and my shot cycle. I want to share that with you guys today because maybe some of the stuff that I've picked up might help you too. Alright everybody, I'm going to talk about the league, my scores. I'm going to cover my equipment that I'm using. I'm going to show you my shot cycle that I do. Then I'm going to show you some of the things that I figured out on my shot cycle that really helped me. Then finally I'm going to talk about what I really learned on the mental aspect that helped bring it all together. Alright, pretty simple stuff, right? So first, let's look at how I did in the league. Alright, our league was 10 weeks long. I averaged 239.8. My average last year was about 220, 222, 223, somewhere in there. My high was 252, right? And my low was a 221. And it was the low, at 221. I was in here, I just couldn't make the corrections. I just couldn't do anything. It was like in the second or third week. And I was like, my God, what in the hell's going on here? Then it dawned on me, you know what? I got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Right? So this past, just finished shooting. My score. Shot a 249. That's my target. Yep, some mental errors. All right. So every end, there's 12 ends, I had 1-5. 8 out of the 12 ends, I had 2 5s. And only one more 5 after that. All right. I had 1 2. That sucked. I had, let's see, I can break it down for you. I had 21 5s, 28 4s, 10 3s, and 1 2. That's my my average. So how did I break it down? First end was a 21, followed by a 23, 21, 22. I had an 87 in the first game. Then I shot a 21, 20, 21, 20, 82 in the second game. And then I shot a 21, 21, 18, and a 20 for an 80. All right, not bad. I didn't make one of my goals was to have 20s all the way across the board. Now, if you're a Olympic archer or a barrel bow guy, you're not impressed by those scores. You're right. But when I talk about my equipment, hopefully I'll change your opinion. All right, everybody, what equipment am I using? Well, here's my bow. Many names, but I got mine from Hitman Archery. Shameless plug. I love this bow. Everybody tells me it's ugly. I don't care what a bow looks like as long as it shoots well. You know, I think it's ugly too, but it shoots so well, I'll take the ugliness. It's a 3-piece takedown, obviously. Has that like fake diamond wood. It's not phenolic. You can see the wood grains there, right? Has, I believe, bamboo cores, which I like. It's only 30 pounds, which is perfect for indoors. My string is the cheap string that came from China, probably Dacron. I made my own little silencers. You can see they're pretty nasty. Like I got stuff coming off. I did put a little bit of felt up there to stop the string slap. Brace height. I don't know what it is. When I set the bow up, I shot it till it got to the sound level and no vibration that I liked. And when I de-string, I do the step through, put my hook there and there. I have not checked this brace height in easily over 10 weeks. Don't care. It's shooting like I want. I'm shooting with it. I know you're not supposed to do that. I'm just telling me. Now, you'll also notice something unique. I don't have a strike plate. I did put a piece of Scotch tape there. Why? I wanted to see if my arrows were rubbing on it. And they're not. The rub marks you see are from other people's arrows when I'm playing around showing people stuff. Now, I will say this. You can see my Velcro's worn off right there. Means your arrow's wrong, Greg. I actually think it's my feathers. But you are right. My arrows are wrong. Because if you go to the charts, I'm supposed to use a 500 spined arrow. I ain't buying new arrows. Why would I buy new arrows? That costs money. I'm using Go Tip Traditional XT's 600. I'm using a 145 grain point. These are full length. I'm using 4 5-inch feathers. Oh, doing that to correct it? No. I used really long feathers and 4 of them because they show up better on camera on my 3D archery channel. That's it. That's my reason. I did bare shaft them and they turned out way too stiff. The 145 brought me within like an inch of where I wanted. You know what? And I figured, you know what? The feathers will do the rest. And that's what they did. So I got that. That's my equipment. Now, knock point? Don't know. Never measured it. I put an arrow on, I shoot, make my adjustments from there. And I'll talk about that up next when I take a couple shots. Not bad, right? So, I got the bow set up. Now, talk about my setups a little bit again. I want my bow to hit where I'm looking. I don't do gap. I did do gap. I went to split vision. But I'm sort of at instinctive. Because I set my bow up so I don't have to think about it, right? I just stare where I want it to go. My vision's so bad I can't see the arrow. There is a blur. It's a massive blur. It's a blur. It's a transparent blur because I can see through it. Excuse me. And I look down and I see it and I shoot more by feel. And that's what I want to talk about next is my actual shot cycle and how it feels to me. All right, everybody, you know I'm a huge proponent of the RAT program by Jimmy Blackman. Get a repeatable shot cycle, learn to aim, then tune. Not me, I did it all at once, so don't do like me. It really cost me. It held me back a lot. I probably should be a lot better than what I am. But, c'est la vie. All right, shot cycles. We all know Kisak Lee. We all know National Shot Cycle, NAF Shot Cycle. Barebow guys are pretty big on that. The field archers and the Olympic guys are like really don't want to piss anybody up, but I probably will. Intolerant is the best way. They think that's the only way to shoot, and I have to sort of disagree with that. Jake Kaminsky, 2-time Olympic silver medalist who shot obviously Olympic archery, has converted to barebow. And in one of his channels, he's talking about shooting his barebow. And a lot of people were watching, taking their own things from it. But what I took from it was what he said was he was trying to do the back tension and the draw and all that stuff, how they do it. He says you can't. The anchor's so high, the angles are different, you can't do it properly. Like they tell you. Now a lot of guys will tell you, you have to do it that way, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. But here's a guy who's an Olympic silver medalist who was coached personally by Kisak Lee, saying he's having a hard time doing it and he has to play with it. He has to make minor changes to it. And there's the big key I want you to think about. Is your shot cycle doesn't have to be that textbook shot cycle. Use it as a foundation, but use what works for you and discard what doesn't. If you're a good martial artist, you know that's Bruce Lee. Use what's useful, discard the rest. Bruce Lee used to say daily decrease, not daily increase. Don't do more, do less. Which will bring me to my next point about the shot cycle, which we got to talk about why you have one and its mental aspect to it. All right, everybody, why do we have a shot cycle? All right? Ask yourself that. Think about it. Don't just blurt it out. If you blurt it out, write it down. All right, but write down, why do you have a shot cycle? Pause the video. Think about it. Why do you have a shot cycle? What is its purpose for you? All right, I'll wait. All right, I'm not waiting long because you're supposed to pause the video. So, everybody has a shot cycle, but why do you do it? Well, I was just like everybody else. But then I heard somebody say something. Tom Clum Sr. was on one of the podcasts, I think it's The Push, and he was talking about the shot cycle. And he said, what you got to do is you set your hook, set your grip, which we all know to do, right? Because but then you forget about it, you never think about it again. You draw, anchor, you never think about it again. Now, good advice, right? What I realized was I was doing that. But, if I didn't do it right, I thought about it. That was my first signal. My mind was telling me, hey, something's different. Stop. go back. Do not collect $200. Do not pass go. Right? And that helped. My mind was trying to help me. Now I know we all get up there, oh, I can save it, I can save it, I can do this. No, you can't. Trust me, from experience, you can't. Right? So my shot cycle has two purposes. That's Latin. Has two purposes. One is to get my body in the optimum position for me to have a clean release. That's it. All right? Everything. Back tension. Where I put my fingers on the string. How I draw. Where I anchor. The tension or pushing, whatever you want to call it. The expansion, whatever you want to call it, in my front hand and arm. It's all been designed so I can have a very clean and beautiful, natural release. So what happens when I get that natural release? I can focus on what's important, right? And this is where I think we all get in trouble. I know this is how I got in trouble. I'm here, I draw, I hear, oh, wait, my back's not fully, I can feel it's not engaged. Yeah, I got engaged. Not too late. Your mind went off the primary task that you have. And that task is to focus on that target. That's it. Focus your mind on that target. Put your mind on it and relax, knowing that your body's set up perfect so you can do an unconscious release or a natural release. Don't get hooked up on words. Oh, I can't do a conscious release. Don't think about it. Don't think about unconscious. Call it natural. Call it a superlative. Call it a goony goo goo. But make it so it's comfortable for you to do, right? I'm here. I know my body's all set up. I don't have to think about my back. I don't have to think about my hands. My focus, oh, there's that X. Oh, I'm burning that hole through it. Oh, it's gone. Boom. And all of a sudden, I was shooting lights out. Groups went from here, they're getting smaller. I've been doing fantastic with it. I shot a 269 in practice with this. A 269 with a cheap Chinese bow. That's what everybody tells me it is. I couldn't care. I love it. With untuned arrows, a 269 out of 300. You can't do that. Sure you can, because it's not this. It's not this. What is it? It's this. That's all it is, boys, girls, domins, herons, right? Get that shot psycho down. Find it being comfortable, and you're going to take off. I'm telling you. Trust me on this. Now, there's different levels, right? I'm past the beginner level. I am just below that top level archer stuff. You know, I got to make that breakthrough. I got to tighten it up. I got too many fours. You've seen my scores. Way too many fours. The top shooters don't get those fours. You know what? Maybe if I tuned. So now I'm going to show you, go over some of the little things I found in my form that really, really made a difference. That allowed me to forget about it once I do it, to be natural with it, and put my mind where it needs to go on that target. All right, gripping the bow is a big one, right? I use a finger sling. Why do I use a finger sling? Well, hey, good question. Because I see this a lot, right? I see a lot of archers do this. Right? How can you be there and go there? You're moving your hand. You're changing your muscles. We're not talking about big differences, big changes. I'm telling you, you know, there's that game, that name. Archery is a game of inches. No, it's not. It's a game of millimeters. just this little stuff can make a huge difference. So, I use the finger sling, right? And I just use it so I don't have to grip the bow. You can grip the bow, just put a finger there. You know, you don't really want to squeeze with your knuckle and your thumb, but if that helps you get there, get there. But I want that proper pressure point. And that brings me to the next one. On the pressure point is that little expansion thing, which I can't even explain it to you. I know how to do it, I just can't explain it. So I'm here. Okay. That's it. Not grabbing my bow. And the beauty of it is when I'm out in 3D course, I don't have to carry it. I just let go of it and I walk around like that. Now I will say I wear mine a little different. I put it over my ring finger on my thumb. So the grip of the bow is really important. I've found if I put the pressure up in here, I shoot well. If I put it down here and I push like this, I actually shoot a little off. Most of the time, it's a little low because I'm putting a little pressure on it and I'm pushing. When I'm pushing, my hand goes down. If I keep it there and straight, done. I want this balance thing going on. I don't want unequal pressures on anything and things like that. Now some people shoot high grips, low grips. I don't care how you shoot. Remember, find a grip that's comfortable. But once you get it to where you can do it without doing this stuff or movement. It's there, you're done with it. When I set my hand up, I go here, I tuck my ring finger, index finger, under that, and I bring the rest of them there. Right? And I try to keep them more like this. I don't like that, it's a little tension, just like that. Right? Nice little angle, nothing big. So the grip, that's what I learned, right? You want to be the same. So make sure you got a good basic grip. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is the hook. All right, when I made my big breakthrough, I found, and since then I've been watching people, and I see it a lot too, is I need, for me, to keep a very deep hook. All right, so I'm going to bring this around and show you what I mean. Most people hook, you know, same spots, we all hook there, but that's what your hand looks like, right? Pretty much, see that? Mine's like that. I actually take my index finger and press it against my tab, and I found it really helps, because what I found is when a lot of people shoot, they come here. Let me put an arrow on. I'll give you a little bit better visual reference, because you're going to see what happens. Creep, right? It's more than just a guy named Chester. People get here. I used to anchor with my fingertip, all right, right up here. All right, that's where I used to anchor. So I'll put my fingertip right there. And see that? That can affect your release. You'll get in your head, you'll feel the feeling, your mind's going, oh, this is too tight, I can't hold it. Get a hook that's solid. Get a hook that you can hold. So what I found is I take this part of my finger and rest it on my cheek. Man, that's good stuff right there for me. So I get here, I curl, I get that index finger. Right, I get it touching it, my middle finger's touching it, my ring finger's not. I draw my back. And man, it's great. Body set up, my hand is solid. Now, something I found on that, which I'm going to show you up next, is the angle of the hand had another huge impact. Not all the time, but enough to throw me off. All right, everybody, so the angle of the hand, like I was talking about, and I've seen this in a lot of archers. Now I'm going to have to face you. So I've discovered this, that I was doing this, I don't need an arrow, I don't know why I'm doing that, by using the resistance band. When I draw, I'm here, I'm all set up, but when I draw, I naturally want to bring my hand like that. Look at the angle of my hand, right? I just naturally want to do that. Look at that angle. What do you think you're doing to that string right now? Right? And it dawned on me, it doesn't happen all the time because I was shooting okay with it. But it would come back and bite me in the butt when I didn't pay attention to it. So what I started doing, as you can see, watch when I draw. See that? Well, that's what you're supposed to do. No, it just doesn't help me. I found if I take this part of my wrist and tuck it in, I can actually now feel what they're talking about. The pull on the wrist, I can feel like they're talking about the joints and the tendons being stretched a little bit. I get the pop feel in it. Right? I can feel the pop of whatever that fluid's called. And it made such a huge difference. So I'm here, right? Not here. You see the elbow slightly different. Draw my back. Look at my hand now. Here. Here. Huge difference in my release. By combining the straighter wrist with the deeper hook, I roll off much easier now. Right? It's reduced the instances of plucking big time. So I'm here. I'll do the proper way. Just shooting. All right. So I get here. I test my hook to make sure it can take a little bit of stress. I set my shoulder. Excuse me. I tuck my my wrist in. I feel the pop. And I just let go. All right? I'm telling you, that was big. All right? Now, we're going to go back in this next section and put it all together for you and talk about some things that I found that led to the other. All right, everybody, let's tie it all together. Remember, what's the purpose of your shot cycle? For me, it's to get me up, set me up physically for a natural release so I can put my mind where it needs to be, on the target. If I'm thinking about anything else, I got to draw down. I can't take that shot because my mind's not where it needs to be. I mean, think about it. Why shoot at something when you're thinking about something else, right? And what I found is slowing it down, which I know is hard for all us trad archers, right? But also having faith in your shot cycle. If you don't do a good shot, don't go out making corrections. Don't chase the bad shot. Just tell yourself, oh, I made a mistake. Go back, work your shot cycle. Get your body set up to make that beautiful shot. And I'm telling you, it's so much fun. I'll never be a competitive archer, but I know if I actually applied myself, I might be one. So I get set up. I test my fingers. They're all good. I get my little pre-draw, get my back engaged. Right in the X. Should have turned the downrange on. Right? But it's that easy. It is that easy. But what it is, you gotta, like they always tell you, lay that foundation. You gotta find a bow that works for you. You gotta find a weight that works for you. You gotta find an anchor point. A split, 3 under, slight crawl, whatever. You gotta find what works for you, that you're comfortable with. Then you're gonna be able to figure out your shot cycle. You're gonna say, oh, that don't work. Then you'll change it. Modify, whatever word you want to use, but you're going to make it work for you. All right? Boys and girls, this is made for us trad archers. Guys shooting all these bare bows, you know, oh, I'm off. Oh, adjust my spring. Oh, I'll play with my tiller tomorrow. I'll change my this, I'll change that. Oh, I'll do this. Me. Ain't going to change much. Sure you can. In the tune-up, I can add a strike plate, push my arrow over a little bit. I can use a different arrow. Not me. I'm cheap. Right? I'm not going to go out and spend another $180 on arrows and then find out, oops, even those were wrong, and then I got to go out and spend another $180. No, I'm sorry. I shoot what I got. You know what? And if I'm going to shoot what I got, I'm going to make it work the best I can. All right. Long, babbling video, I know. But I'm telling you, if I can do it, you guys can do it, because I'm no better than anybody else. Probably worse than a lot of you. I got a lot of issues mentally. I got OCD, right? You squirrel, just like now. Think about it. What's the purpose of your shot cycle, right? Just to have the natural release. Because, you know, that's where we all get, oh, I did a bad release. Why? What'd you do? Oh, I was thinking about this. There you go. You had the answers, we just didn't see it. We've always had the answers. We just haven't recognized it yet. All right? Took me this long. All right. Sorry about the battle, but I hope this will help. Get out there and practice some of this stuff, because it helped me big time. I go out here now on these ranges, I know I'm hitting that. I know I'm shooting good. Pretty cool thought. Pretty cool feeling. All right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in a little bit with an all new episode of Archery for Trad Archers 101.